What's up, everybody? How's it going? Ted here with Bodies and Wicks. I really have no plan. I'm not really doing anything of one particular asset. I'm actually just after that big drop today from the FOMC, I'm catching back up and I'm scalping gold and Euro USD, and it's kind of fun. So and I can show you how. I guess that's what we'll do. We can show you how to scalp a big loss, I guess. So we'll go ahead and transition over here. So this was gold. There was actually a Telegram channel I'm part of, and they said, what was it? I think they said buy at 18.6. No, let me read this message. Actually, I have Telegram on my computer, so I can just pull it up here. And it was by Professor HQ. HQ something. Yeah, Professor HQ. So this guy, he used to send out gold signals for free, but then he said he was going to stop. But I guess he started it again. Here it was. Buy XAUUSD at 1822. And the stop loss was 1807. So I jumped behind the computer, because when somebody starts sending out signals, especially after today, and it was like close to 6 o'clock, I'm like, oh yeah, the market's back open, and with all the drops, probably things are trying to correct. So I pulled out my charts, and I saw that his 1807 was right here. And I'm like, it's gonna go below that, that's for sure. So I just waited and waited, and next thing you know, he sends out another message. SL hit. And of course the stop loss was hit, you idiot. There's liquidity sitting right here. So lesson number one: if somebody sends out a signal and tells you that the stop loss is the exact same bottom as another one, that's a smart money no, because there's people with buy orders and people with sell stop orders at these areas. That's what I teach every day. So what happened is I watched, and it made a strike down extremely quick, so fast that I couldn't even catch it, and I hit buy as soon as I could, and I still only got in at 1810, which is funny because that's exactly where that was. But yeah, I got into 1810. It floated up to 1818. For some reason, I just had a feeling that was gonna top and then reverse. So I took my winnings and drew a Fibonacci, drew this, and said I would get back in at 1814 because that's where the 62% is. And yeah, sure enough, we're back up on our way. As far as EURUSD, there was no signal sent out. I just took a look at what was going on, and sure enough, this did get below this liquidity point. So I was still hesitant to get in, but I knew since it was below the liquidity point, I was looking over here for fair value gaps, and this one's pretty much closed in. There's a little bit of room. Actually, if I didn't even think about this. Yeah, no, it's still below it. So here to here would be that fair value gap. But it was moving up. That was the thing, is that it had stopped where it was and it was moving up. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in. I'll put my stop loss just below this fair value gap, because the most it would do would probably just fill the fair value gap and then continue going up. So this one's probably going to be a slow all-nighter, to where it's going to have to, come on now, to where it's gonna have to get back up. But another little trick that I've learned, that this is the high from the week. This is on a Tuesday, right? We form the low on a Thursday. We will probably end up, and I can't share how I know this, to be honest, but hold on, let me see. June 18th. Let's go to the end of June. There we go. End of June 18th. We will probably end up somewhere in here by the time, well, the day's over. Max probably here, you know, minimum probably here, but I'm dead set on having at least a good 30 to almost 50 pips added on to the end of my week over the next 2 days. I may add on some more positions depending on how it rolls out, but you know, it'll be a slow one. Who knows? It may not actually be the bottom. I took a look, and here is a order block right here at this red line. This is actually where I think this is where I put my my stop loss. Let me see. I put it at 19650, and of course I would hit spacebar. What the heck just happened? EURUSD FX. I choose the wrong one. I guess I did. I guess I'm using this one. I usually use the forex.com one. I'll use this one. But yeah, 19650 is my stop loss on this one. So let's see where that puts me. just below the order block. And my entry is 19865. Oh, sorry, 19855. 19855. So we'll make another one here. And oh no, it was 19865. 1.19865. So that's a 20 pip stop loss. Not bad. Compared to hopefully getting a 40 to a 50 pip win. Yeah, that's a 2 to 1, 2.5 to 1. And see how my gold's doing. Looks like it's going up a little. I actually, well, even though I got in it again here, I'm still a little hesitant. I'm probably gonna take profit soon, even though it's not that much, but it's gold, so it's worth a lot more than most. So only be, let me see here. Where does it say map? Where did I get in at? Oh, there it is. 1870. 181570. So 18, 15, 17. Says I'm here. And there is an order block right here. As you can see, it's already bounced off one. No, I may hold on to it to see if it's going to try to get through this one. Eighteen 17 to 18 15 17 18 17 70. So that's about $2.50. So that's 25 pips. And I've got on a 0.1 per pip. So anyways, I don't know. I just thought I'd throw in there a quarter, just to show you what I was doing right now. Just because it's fun. Oh look, it may have went a little deeper. No, it didn't, because I'm still in the blue. Yep. So Yeah, I have a feeling EURUSD is gonna be kind of floating up all night. That's the thing, is what happens if it hits somewhere inside this box. But hold on, I'm in the 1 hour. Here's the thing. Well, fair value gap would have pushed it down, but it's not gonna push it. I mean, if it is gonna push it down, it's gonna push it down to here. If it gets any lower than that, it shouldn't. Because, or I could play it extremely safe and put this as my stop loss and then put this under here. That would be played extremely safe. Come on now. Come on now. Stop it. There we go. But I'm thinking the body of, and I'm on the hour. I'm thinking the body of these two candles right here will be the order block as this cranks up and takes over, you know, the down the up, right? Like I always said, look for that push to the last push down and that big push up. That's where you're going to look for your order blocks. And lo and behold, I have some right here. If I were to make this my order block, and all right, if it is going to, well, that shouldn't have happened like that. If it is going to be an order block, another smart money lesson would be that it shouldn't get to more than halfway. You should always put your stop loss below the actual candle itself. If it does get to halfway of the candle, then move up your stop loss, because that will definitely mitigate any kind of losses. Meaning that if it does get to halfway, more than likely it's probably gonna go almost all the way through. It's not always the case, but more than likely that would be the case. However, I have seen quite a lot to where, you know, they get all the way down here to about the 80% of that candle and then pop out. So what I put my stop loss up to, that's a good question. Probably about, I don't know, 90%. I don't want to go too high. And besides, it's only a couple of pips probably. But let's just say if I did move that one there, I'm gonna get rid of this. All right, and let's say I really wanted a good stop loss. Ooh. I don't even know if that is worth it for it to come back up into this area here. But I don't even know if it would come back up into that area. Let me go to the 4 hour. I'll look at that 4 hour chart. I would guess I would have to wait until these 4 hours are up or until this candle forms. Hopefully, maybe it'll push up a little bit higher eventually before that candle ends. Because then that would make the fair value gap oh my god, this 4 hour fair value gap is going to be huge. But that would make the entrance of the fair value gap a lot higher, and it would make my profits a lot better. But if it's gonna stay in this area and then this becomes the fair value gap, what could possibly happen is that it just went lower. I'm pretty sure. No, I'm still in the positive. It could break. That was the hourly, I think. The hourly fair value gap was right here. As long as it filled that, it should turn around and go back up. There's no need for it to, well, and there's also, hey-yo, if I'm getting to the hour, then this is definitely the order block here. And this is the high point, this is the low point. So it would fill the fair value gap completely, probably barely touch the order block, and then send it the other way. And then, well, with the 1 hour, the 1 hour fair value gap, this would all be protected because there was that one candle, yep, that came up and would protect the space that I would need to end the week on. And I'm gonna say I think that's what's gonna happen. Or if anything, this will come up, hit the fair value gap, come back down, hit the order block, and then come back up. And that'll probably happen Friday. Because right now we're in the Asian session, unless the Asian session really wants to take off. But, and it might, who knows? I mean, because you have to think about a weekly candle, right? You have to think about how it forms. And let's see here. I'm going to start 13. See, okay, so, oh yeah, where this big green bar is. Because you gotta think like how a candle is. Candle's always, not always, but more than likely, it's gonna have a tail, a wick, and a body. So is your weekly candle. So here's your tail, or here's your wick, right? And then here's your body. And then here's your tail. So I'm basically predicting what the tail would pull back into. And it's generally about the same amount as the body. No, I shouldn't say that. It's not generally always about the same amount as the body. But when you have something like this, it might. I don't know. let me measure it out. All right, so let's just say here to here, and it's still about 50. There we got 51 pips. All right, and let's just say the meat of this thing is here. And then if it pulls back up, another 50 pips. Probably going to be, oh, did I move something? I did. Okay. Yep. Probably somewhere on another 50 pips. And then the whole week, go from the top down to the bottom. 163 pips, Euro USD had for the week. 50, 50 minus 100. And you got about 60 something for the body. That's going to look like a normal weekly candle, to be 100% on it. It's just going to look like a regular candle. So I'm going to go with that. I really am. I'm going to go with that. I mean, look, it's already coming up a little bit. It ain't too much, but it's coming up a little bit. And, oh, crap. Let me see what's going on with... Yeah, this is exactly why. I was thinking that order block was going to halt it and pull it back down. Come back down and hit this as an order block, so it's going to continue going up. I'm in perfect position, I feel like, to continue on with gold. Now I just have to hope, and you got to think where my Fibonacci is. So since I'm in a 15-minute, or I was in a 5-minute, I need to go back to a 5-minute. With a 5-minute, you don't have to worry about the tails. I'm just telling you that right now. We're wicks. Just measure the bodies, because that's where the volume comes from. And everybody's broker's different. So everybody's going to have different wicks or tails, depending on the spreads and whatnot. So I always go, especially if I'm on a 5-minute chart and I'm doing some scalping, just measure body to body, right? And you know, I'm not gonna dismiss this and then go straight down to here. That would be ridiculous, right? I'd have to find the nearest low to the nearest high, and now we, look to see if you're in at a premium or a discount array. Because you want to sell in the premium array, which is going to be above the 50%, and you're going to want to buy in the discount array, which is going to be below the 50%. But I won't buy unless it's below or at the 62. And then I could also flip the switch, which I probably won't, because I feel like this is going to have a tendency to keep going up with as much as it lost today. This is just going to be bullish. So, the only thing I have to do is just watch out for order blocks like this one. That looks like it, tried to stop it quite a few times. But now it's not through it just yet. The order block that ends right here, the 5-minute one. Here, I'll show you. Let's put a rectangle over it. right there's that 5-minute order block. Hasn't gotten through it yet. So there's still a possibility it could turn. I mean, it is going down right now, so there is a possibility it could go bearish and maybe try to clear out some more liquidity. Right now the liquidity is at about, and I always look at the extensions of the Fibonacci to see if it's going to give me a clue if there's any confluence. And it's near the 162, past the 150 for sure, near the 162. So we'll just have to see if it's gonna get any farther below that. Let me go back. Let's go to 15. So we're way down past this one. Okay, let me do a little trick here. Again, halfway points are always good points to watch. So and this is a 15-minute, larger time frames are gonna trump everything. So generally, larger time frames will trump everything. Okay, so looking at where I am. Okay, so if it is, the gold is to be bearish, all right? So it would need to break this sell side liquidity. Okay, nowhere near any extension. Okay. I want to see if where it stopped was about halfway through this fair value gap. So let's do a horizontal line here and then put it right at the 50. What is it? 1803.76. Sorry, and my OCD is just like, I have to have them right on the money. If they are not right on the money, I will become... Wait, that didn't work. I can't read the thing. That's why. Well, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go with just putting it on the line and trusting that it's on there. Because I don't know if you noticed, but if you stretch them out really, really long, like eventually there's like a couple, like 20 cents off. Well, at the halfway point, no wonder I couldn't read it, because the halfway point is exactly about the 162. So that kind of scares me. See what I'm talking about? If you stretch it, you get this. See, I was even near on the money. There we go. So it's about... Is it a 11-cent difference? So if I were to turn this upside down and try to sell at some point up in here, which I don't think I would because of... Well, it's just already started off with higher prices. It's already started off with higher prices. It's already made enough money going down. And between here, here, to get to that halfway point would be a lot of moving to sell. So I think personally, XAU and EAU, since I'm buying EAU, which means I'm feeling bearish on the dollar, I would also feel bearish on the dollar on gold, which means I should be bullish on gold. There we go. There it is. So why don't I just stay bullish on gold? Wait 1 second. Is there already up in there? Did I move it? Hold on. Let me turn this upside down. It's already in. Wait. Did that just happen? Oh no. I'm thinking of. Never mind. I'm thinking of Euro getting into that box. I'm like, wait, did it already get to that box? This was just the order block box. It still hasn't gotten through it yet. But I think it will. I think it will. And there's a couple highs equal here that it'll probably try to get above. If anything, I might set, yeah, definitely take profits here. Because, of course, opening fair value gap and also just above these two candles, which in neither, well, hold on. Well, the one before it has a wick. This one doesn't have a wick. This one doesn't have a wick. So these are both institutional candles for sure, which means they're algorithmic candles. So as soon as the mud arrows, as soon as the time hit, you know, the 5-minute mark, it knew to automatically just go down. It was like, okay, algorithmic time, we're close enough up here, money changed, or sorry, time changed, boom, move the money. I could probably also try to do the same technique as I did for EURUSD for XAU. And if that's the case, I'm already in it. And holy cow, the line where I would take profit would be the line where I would take profit anyway. So I think, see, these are the kind of things that I look for that are confluential enough for me to say, okay, this, and this line up for me from all the things that I've learned from smart money. I think that's a sign. I'm pretty sure this is what I need to do. So therefore, I'm actually going to hold on to gold to there. And I'm going to hold on to Euro USD until there. And still, same stop loss. I'll probably move. No. Same stop loss. Well, no, because jeez. Hold on. This is where I started. $44. All right. So 44 versus 40 to 50. So that's a 1-to-1. Right? Let me see. Oh, 30. 40 to 30. And then 40 to 46. So the highest is a 1-to-1. All right, I'll still take it. That's what I'm gunning for. Anyways, that's all I got for you right now. I'll probably come back on later with another video that's just not me just playing around. Anyways, this is what I do in my spare time, and I thought I'd figure I'd let you in on what I'm doing as far as trading. This is not trading advice, by the way. Please do not take it as trading advice. I'm just letting you know what I do, what I see, things that go through my head whenever I'm trading. Versus, when I have an asset up and I'm trying to explain this and I'm trying to explain that. Instead, I'll just really just walk you through what's actually going through my head as I'm recording, or actually as I'm trading something. So anyways, this video's gone way too long. I only wanted it to be about 10-15 minutes, and it's 43. Jeez, God. Tell me, I wish I need a beeper. I need a beeper that's like 15 minutes. Get out of here. Get done. Wrap it up. Because I'm still going on. All right. Anyways, if you like anything that you saw, if you think I was able to help you with anything, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and tell people about me, because I'm Bodies and Wicks, and I help you out with smart money, understanding where the big money have their money and how they think about trading. That's the kind of mindset that I try to have, versus reading out of a book and saying, well, this is support and this is resistance, and here is a triangle and here is a trend line. I'm not robotic like that. I try to think about it as in what is actually happening in the market. Where are the market orders? How's it going to get there? Where are the order blocks? Where are the breaker blocks? Where are the fair value gaps? What is the algorithm doing right now? Because believe it or not, all this is controlled by an algorithm. And even though I'm doing Euro, USD, and gold, when I usually do crypto, it's in crypto too. It's all over crypto. And they'll even tell you that there's an algorithm, which is interesting. It'll tell you which algorithm it's using. And even though you may not think like, oh, well, let's just you know, standard like type algorithm. Yeah, they are standard like type algorithms in crypto, but they also work in a specific way, you know, with the proof of work and with, anyways, I need to just stop rambling, and let you guys look up all that stuff up on your own. But thanks a lot for watching my video. I'll be back with something very, very shortly, and just remember to keep your pants on. Keep your pants on, all right? Just keep them